everyone, welcome back to Stephanie Plans and Reads. Today I'm talking about my plans from Just Scribble. I want to do like a pre-setup. So what do I mean by pre-setup? Well, I think before you set up your planner, you need to go through it and think about what kinds of things will work, what won't work, and also going through your current planner and going through what I call a planner autopsy. So I will link that in the cards below or cards above. What is a planner autopsy? Basically, it's just going through your current planner or even a previous planner. So I have my 2024 Sterling Ink Common Planner here. And what I would do is I would go through each one of the sections, especially the sections that I know are also in the plans planner, and kind of debating about what I liked or didn't like about the way I was using this, planner. And for example, in 2024, I did nothing with this, year at a glance. And in the 2025 plans planner, I want to put my paydays and maybe the stat holidays. I've already done some of this already, so that's why there's already post-it notes here. So I've just put the post-it note down and written down what I thought I would use this for. And I've done that with a couple of pages already, but there are some pages here that I haven't done. So I'll just go through everything with you and we can talk about it. So after you've done the planner autopsy, going through what you like and don't like about your former planners, then when you go to set up your new planner, stuff that you're just not going to include. For example, again, I had a index here and it was set up on a page that there was nothing happening, and I just made like a grid and I made it for 2 pages. Obviously you can see that did not work because I didn't reference a lot of things in the index and I made it too big. So I have that idea going into this planner. So again, paydays and stat holidays here. On this section, I think I'm going to do like monthly future plan, and that's what this was intended for. So in 2026, what are the dates that I'm gonna want to keep in mind for the new year? Then here is the calendar index page. So I can use this as, for example, I've written something on the daily pages on October 5th. And so on October 5th, I can write, for example, tax information. If that's something that I need to have, go back to reference. But if I don't want to use that for this, if I don't want to use this for that purpose, I also thought it would be good to do my genres. So in my reading planner, I have used this section in the Sterling Ink. So I'll just show you the Sterling Ink example. So here it is. You've got your habits, I guess you can say, and then you can track them. And that's what I use them for this purpose. But there's another tracking page in the plan. So I don't want to use it for that purpose, but I could put out the different genres that I read at the top, and then how many books I have read of each genre in that month. And that would take me probably, 10 or so, maybe longer, maybe more. And then I would have the bottom, and I could maybe track something from the bottom, and I haven't decided what yet. So I've just put genres read and bottom. I'm trying to plan this as if this was my only planner. If I wasn't using a journal for my books, what I would use it for. Then on this section, we have a blank page here that we have 3 boxes, 2025, and then grid. So here, we're entering really annual goals. So I think on here, I'll just decorate and put some basically making an annual goals title page, which is I've written there. I kind of like title pages. It's an opportunity for me to be creative. It reminds me of my school days, so I'll put that there. And then here I'm thinking, I haven't put a post-it note here because I haven't decided, but I'm thinking kind of you could have my major goals for the year and then some decoration, or maybe just outlining a little bit more about why I'm thinking. This is also a good place to put, if you are somebody who writes a letter to yourself at the beginning of the year, this might be a good place for that. Then here we have annual goals breakdown. So you have 8 sections. You could have 8 different categories, or you could have 8 different goals that you break down. I think I'm going to do 8 different goals because I don't really have 8 different categories. So I've just used a transparent sticky note, and I've put an example goal. So get 10,000 on YouTube, and then in the grid area, I can break it down on how I might be able to do that. That's just an example. And then again, we have quarter 3. I'm going to do quarter 3 title page because it's a blank page here. And then here, I think what I'm going to do is, again, I'll put my quarterly focuses here. But then on this section here, I think I will put my monthly reading. So I would write down for example, July. Then I'll write down all the books I read, and then I'll make 2 columns. One will be the rating and one will be the genre. So that's what I put there. Then here we have the quarterly goal spread. I'm not so sure how often I need to revisit the annual goals, so that's why I haven't put anything here yet. I'm not sure if I need to use this as goals, or if I can use it for something else. So that's to be determined. Here, this is going to be exactly what it's supposed to be. So this is supposed to be habits. I'm going to track things I'm going to want to track, basically. So I'll put those there. You have a space for weekly and then for daily. So I don't know that I have any weekly habits, but I'm sure I do. So I'm going to have a think about that. But I definitely have daily habits I want to track. And then I think I'll also use this bottom for social media stats or trends or something like that with social media. So we have that for July, August, and September to the end of the goal. And then you have the bottom section is blank. I'm not sure exactly what I'll use that for. It might be just decorative. One of the things that I think trips people up when they plan or set up their planner is that they make sure that they use everything. And I don't think you need to use everything right away. So I'm trying to remember that I can embrace not knowing what goes somewhere and living in the planner for a bit before I put something in there. Then you have my favorite pages, which I already know exactly what's going to go here. This is not a page where I have a problem. I'm going to highlight the very top with highlighters or tombos, and that will be my work schedule. So the very top, just like a line. And then I'll also put my YouTube videos on here, plan my YouTube videos. And then here will be social media notes for each month. So July, what kind of sales, what video ideas I have, seasonal videos that I want to do. So maybe there'll be some sort of back to school videos. I know in July, Planner K has their anniversary, that kind of thing. Then we have a blank page and we have the July dashboard. So I think anything of note in July that I want that I know is going to happen in July, but I don't know what date is going to go here. And then in the boxes, I thought maybe birthdays, bills, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that because I do that definitely here. So this will be the same as my A5, which I don't have my current one here, but I do have an example of my last one. So just dates for like holidays. I'm going to put in appointments, birthdays, any appointments I have, that will go in here. I just love even looking at the planner and the paper. Ooh. Then you've got 2 pages. Again, not sure what I'm going to do with the blank pages yet. Then we get to the weekly spread. Functional stuff is going to go here. So if something's happening on a particular day, it'll go here. My work schedule, anything I know is happening on the day. Then here will be, I think, will be my reading. So what I read on that day. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to stay there, but I think it will. Then I have my to-dos and my meals and my weekly habits, which will get transferred into the monthly habit. I have a section here for priorities, and I was thinking, well, I'm not sure I like a priority. I don't need a priority. I might make this content and then just put, like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so there's 6 spaces, and I might just put like, or I might put it on focus. I don't know. But one of these 2, I think, will be a content. This would be my to-dos, and then there's any extra to-dos and or decoration. I might put deco here. One of the things I do like about my current planner and even the vertical spread in the weekly is being able to put my character stickers or my emojis or, character stickers, emojis, things like that. But I don't always have to, I have to remind myself that they don't have to go in here, because with a vertical, you have lots more space for the daily and you can put them higgledy-piggledy. I'm not going to have space in this little spot, but I have lots of space in the dailies. So I'm just going to embrace doing things a little bit differently, not having them all in the week. So here you go. You have your 1 space page, which is like a blank page, and then you go into that week's days. And here is going to be pure like journal. So it's going to be gratitude. It's going to be what happened in the day, maybe notes or lists or ideas I have. There's going to be deco. There's going to be no to-dos in this. All of the function of the week will probably be here. This is just for fun and for gratitude and for journaling and deco, which is exactly the way I want it. So all the function happens here in the week, and then the fun or creativeness will happen here. I don't know what I'm going to do with the page that separates each week from the day. So function for the week, then you have a space, and then you have the daily. I might keep this space for things that I want to have in the week somewhere, but I don't want on my dailies, but I don't have room for them on the weekly spread. So it might be that this is all kind of the function, time specific or day specific, then my reading, then my to-dos in a general to-do sense, and my habits and meals. This might have to be content for the week, which is fine. I can put more information down here, and that might be what ends up happening. And then you have your dailies, and then you go back to your weekly spread. So I think I've got more of this sorted out, I'm going to take this second here and just write content here, just to remind myself that I figured out what to use this space for. So I'm going to put weekly content. And again, in deco. Everything can have deco. Every space can have deco if I want it to. So I'm still thinking about what to do with this quarter goals page. So I want to write that down so that I'm thinking about it. If you have any ideas of what I should use this quarter goals page and the 8 boxes, let me know, because I still don't really know. I don't think I need to break down my annual goals more than they need to get broken down here. So for my quarter goals, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. And then, yeah, and then maybe some of the blank pages, I still don't know. But I did have in my reading journal, I had like my reading goals, and I could just do that in the quarter 3 page, but there's also going to be a quarter 4 page. So yeah, still question mark there. But again, embrace the fact that I'm going to trying to embrace the fact that I don't have to have everything set up before I move in. It can just be blank, and I can think of it as I go. I did also receive, so I'm going to put that aside for a second. I did also receive a small order from Let's Plan It, so I just thought I'd show you what I received. So first I got some freebies here. So I got 2 of these, I think they're here, yeah, 2 of these like circle days in a kind of modified rainbow. And then to go with it, I got the yellow tiered freebie. I love the script. I love the font. I'm a big fan of that font. And then I got it in blue. Very happy with those choices. And because I liked the font so much, I also ordered, so there are some small kits. I think they're called mini kits, photo mini kits, that include the transparent scripts in this same font. So I got the blue, which is Phoebe, the Cascara, which is a brown or beige, and the Tiffany, which is like a teal blue. And then I also got in transparent, I got some days. I didn't realize they were going to be as big as this, but they still work. And date dots. And then I got this Pantone inspired Inara. I just liked the colors of this and thought I might be able to do some layering with that. And I also got the Inara supplemental in transparent. Then I got this kit, which is Freya, one of my favorite kits. I just really, well, first of all, it has my favorite font, which is Lyric, and I love also the typewriter font. And then I just like the look of the black and the yellow together, so I got that kit in the cousin. And also got this kit, which is Daisy in The Cousin. I think both of these are vault kits that she kind of redid for the anniversary. And it's got the second favorite font, so the sweet font, and the typewriter, and just a nice kind of mellow kit. And I also got the transparent supplemental sheet with that. And then I just used in my string of ink, I used the Lily kit. Did I use it in my sterling ink, or did I use it in the... No, I used it in the Angel Weeks planner. And so I just got another one of those because I really liked that kit. Again, kind of subtle pastel-y colors for spring and summer work nice. This one is much brighter with the black. I don't know when I'll use that. And then these kind of bright, fun colors for summer. So that is my video today. So I'm pre-setting up my plans and a little bit of a Let's Plan It kit order. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.